I'm wondering what you make of the fact that following your announcement of your resignation, the Liberal Party started to do much better and is doing much better in the polls. What do you make of that? What lessons have you learned?
I have consistently said for many years now that as we approach an election, as Canadians actually reflect on the choice being offered to them between a party that has governed this country responsibly, created a strong economy that has the best balance sheet of the G7, lifted hundreds of thousands of kids out of poverty,
but this is
created
not the question.
jobs, protected the environment, stepped up on fighting climate change in partnership with Indigenous peoples, moved forward on reconciliation, have been responsible and ambitious for this country, versus a party in the Conservatives that just shrug and say everything's broken.
We're talking about you
that
personally.
Don't believe in taking action against climate change, that don't believe in Indigenous reconciliation, that don't understand that the only way to build a strong economy is to invest in the people that actually make up that economy. The Conservatives continue to push trickle-down theories and tax breaks for the rich while couching it in the language of populism. I've said consistently for years now that as Canadians get closer to actually making a decision about the kind of country they want to live in, the kind of responsible government they want to have, with ambition but grounded in facts and evidence and data, not ideology, that Canadians would take a very careful look at what the different parties are offering and make a responsible choice about moving forward in the right way for Canada at a time where the world is increasingly uncertain and we need thoughtful, rational governance here in Canada.
I'm wondering, following the Four Nations face-off, have you spoken at all with Wayne Gretzky?
What kind of question?
I have not.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Prime Minister. Vanessa Lee with CBC News. In the last few weeks, you seem to be shoring up pieces of your legacy. There's the apology to Inuit families, first pharmacare deal, and your announcement today. What are you still hoping to complete?
The thing that makes Canada the best country in the world isn't that it's perfect, it's that every single day we commit ourselves to the idea that we can be even better than we already are. There is so much more to do in Canada, so much so that sometimes we don't adequately take a moment to pause and reflect on just how much we have accomplished over the past decades and generations as a country. But there's always more to do. And every single day I get to continue to be Prime Minister, I'm going to look to do everything I can to make this country even better, because that's the promise I made to Canadians when I became leader of the Liberal Party back in 2013.
No, you've ruined
and
Canada.
That's a promise that I have stuck with every single day I've had the privilege of serving as Prime Minister. So I'm not slowing down, not for a minute.
And with regards to the tariffs, how are Canadian businesses supposed to cope with this uncertainty? And what is your message to Canadian businesses who are worried that they're not going to be able to survive?
Well, I think one of the messages that has been made clear to businesses across this country, and by governments, but not only by governments, by Canadians, is that in this country, we stick up for each other. The number of people who are making choices to buy Canadian, to support a local producer, to buy local agricultural products, businesses that are looking to strengthen their supply chains to include small businesses from across this country instead of south of the border. You know, Canada's a country that has faced challenges before, all throughout our history. Hell, every winter is a challenge for Canadians, and we learn how to get through it by pulling together, by leaning on each other. That's what we did in COVID, that's what we did through global conflicts, that's what we do around fighting climate change. And that's what we do when we're facing economic hardships like a potential trade conflict with the United States. So yeah, if tariffs get brought in, it's going to be hard on Canadians and Canadian businesses. It'll also be hard on Americans and American businesses, which is a point we're busy making south of the border every chance we get. But Canadians will pull together. Governments will be there to support businesses and individuals who are hardest hit, to make sure that we get through this the way we always will, together.